friends and not yet friends, welcome to Mary's Test Kitchen. I'm turning a certain age today. I guess I'll tell you at the end. But today is going to be an iconic day because I am turning an iconic age. That's why. It's a weekday. I'm not really doing anything special. Well, there may or may not be cake. I don't know. So today I'm going to take you along. Hopefully it's fun. So let's go. First, a little grocery shopping because what could be more fun on your birthday? Please give this video a thumbs up if you would also make grocery shopping a little gift to yourself. Wow, cauliflower for this inflated price of $5.99? Don't mind if I treat myself. To be fair, I think I found the biggest one. And these pumpkin seeds are the most affordable I've seen so far. And guess what I'm gonna make with them? In the comments below. This sesame oil is actually one of the best, and I love that it comes in glass and not plastic. Look here, we actually have keto buns that appear to be vegan friendly too. And they happen to be gluten-free, so maybe I can reverse engineer this for you? Guys, this is turning out to be quite my day, but it's so expensive. Good thing you know what day it is. Expensive day. Check out these plant-based treats. President's Choice is really killing it with the vegan options these days, but sadly not keto-friendly, which gave me an idea. More on that later. For now, your girl is back home and trying the Unbun, plant-based edition. It has an interesting texture, but it's frozen, so I'm gonna toast it. While we wait, it's a good time to hydrate and take my AG1 Bioathletic Greens, and I'll tell you a bit about them since they are ever so kindly sponsoring today's video. I take AG1 every day in a cup of water. It dissolves easily and it tastes fresh and tropical and delicious. It is the easiest and, to be honest, the only healthy habit I've been able to totally stick with 100% since the start of this year, probably because it is so tasty, refreshing, and I feel a real difference from it. I really credit AG1 for helping me kickstart my health journey at the beginning of this year. Before that, let me just take you back to the 7 years of chronic tendonitis that I was suffering with. I would disappear off YouTube because I couldn't work. I couldn't actually do things at home. I didn't show you everything. It was hard for me to fold laundry. It was hard for me to just take care of the house. It was hard for me to do anything at the desk. I couldn't read a book holding a book. It was so painful. And it would flare up. I would do a lot to help soothe the symptoms. I would do ice baths. I would do massage. I would do all of the things. I was following the plant-based doctors. I was trying to eat healthy. And I really just accepted that I would have maybe a hand budget of 3 to 4 hours a day. I called that a good day. And then I started taking AG1, not for the tendonitis. I took it just to help solve some cross-reactivity allergy symptoms, and I had heard that improving your gut health could help. And I knew that AG1 was full of probiotics, prebiotics, and all these minerals and vitamins and all the good stuff that's supposed to help you with your gut health. So I took it, and after only a few weeks, yes, my gut health was pristine, but also my tendonitis symptoms improved so much, so significantly, I couldn't believe it. I was actually shocked. So looking back, I think that even though I was trying my best at my diet and my exercise and all that stuff, something in the formula, the 75 different vitamins, minerals, superfoods, adaptogens, dairy-free probiotics, the prebiotics, the whole synergistic formula was filling a gap somewhere for me. And I felt so much improvement from like just a few weeks starting AG1 that I actually had more hope, that I actually felt that I could change things, which is what led me down the low carb path, what led me into the keto path, and what led me to absolutely no symptoms today. So I'm not saying it's a medicine, it's not a cure for anything. What it is a comprehensive daily supplement full of vitamins, minerals that we might be missing. It has adaptogens to help you deal with stress, antioxidants to fight free radicals, help with your aging, energy, like all around good stuff. I'm probably missing a few things because it is so comprehensive. It is the one supplement I actually recommend often to friends and family, but only with my link, because if you use my link to purchase your supply of AG1, you'll get 2 free gifts, which you can do too. Use my link here or in the description box to purchase your supply of AG1, and you'll also get up to a year's worth of immune-supporting vitamin D3 plus K2. And this is the plant-based version of D3 derived from lichen. You just need a drop for your RDA of vitamin D. I like to take 2, why not? And they also throw in 5 free travel packs so you can take your AG1 with you wherever you might go this season. I took mine with me to Vancouver this summer and they were super convenient. And no matter how busy and how stressful that time was, I could rely on my AG1 for that daily comprehensive nutrition to help me manage my stress levels, all of that good stuff. And by the way, AG1 is appropriate for all different kind of lifestyles and diets. It is keto, gluten-free, sugar-free, nut-free, dairy-free, no GMOs, herbicides, or pesticides, no artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, or sweeteners. And you can trust that what is on the label is actually in the product. AG1 is made in New Zealand in a TGA registered facility and is NSF certified for sport, which is the gold standard for professional athletes who have to adhere to strict rules, may or may not apply to us, but it's reassuring that they have that. Thank you to AG1 for sponsoring the video today, and let us keep going with breakfast. Since I am truly treating myself today, I had decided to buy some avocados, even though they are still very expensive. But as luck would have it, it's actually beautiful today. So I'm actually going to make a little cream mousse with kind of a lot of garlic. This is not for everyone. I am kind of a garlic fiend, so use your own discretion. Bunch of seasonings and just blend that up. Then I'm adding some pickled red onion, which I literally just cut up some red onion and then threw it into some leftover pickle juice from a jar of pickles, and it turned out so delicious. The last thing is another layer of oniony goodness. These are fried onions. I just buy them in the Indian section of my local supermarket, and they're very inexpensive, but they just kind of elevate every single dish that you put them on. This bread is really impressing me. It looks good. It has this wonderful softness to it, but it's crispy on the outside because it's toasted. But that because it's toasted and it has nuts in the ingredients, it has this wonderful toasty nut flavor. It's a little bit chewy. I actually really like this, and I cannot wait to reverse engineer it for you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested in this one too. Not that long later, we have to move on to lunch, mostly because that breakfast, even though calorie-wise it's enough, protein-wise not so much, so we're going to go for the ultimate hippie vegan protein source, soy curls. I'm going for a gochujang kind of flavor, but starting with just the fermented soybean paste that doesn't have any sweetener in it because I want to add the sweetener myself. I'm going to add the red pepper powder. And even though it looks really red, this red pepper powder is mild. I like to just add little bits, taste as I go, add little bits of flavor, whatever, until it tastes perfect for me. I find the longer that I'm on this vegan keto diet without adding sweeteners or adding very little in terms of sweetener, my taste for sugar has really decreased, so I don't use as much as before. These look pretty good, and I'm going to put a lot of this away because it's too much for me for lunch right now. I rinsed out the pan, and now I am going to cook my cabbage. This to me actually kind of fills in for pasta, which I know if you're not used to this kind of vegan keto eating, it sounds completely wild and unhinged. But trust me, it tastes so good. When you just cook the cabbage like this and brown them on both sides, you get this wonderful, slightly sweet flavor. It's tender, but also has some bite to it. It's just really lovely. And of course, season it to how you like. I'm just going to transfer that to a plate and then also add my portion of soy curls. The rest of it can go in the fridge for later, either for another day or seconds, we don't know yet. And then with the pan again clean, I'm going to add a little bit of plant-based milk. This is about, somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2 cup. And then I'm also adding some vegan mozzarella cheese shreds. And this goes over the soy curls, kind of makes a sauce for our so-called cabbage pasta. Don't roast me too hard for using cabbage as pasta, please. It just is what it is these days, and honestly, just try it. It tastes really good and it's extremely filling. So, you know the President's Choice carrot cake that we saw earlier? That reminded me of Heavenly Fan's carrot cake recipe here on YouTube. I watched it a little while ago and I knew I had to make it. So the first thing is prep this carrot. It's been a really long time since I've bought a carrot since I don't really like carrots. But correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think carrots should be this wobbly. Anyways, it grated fine. Then the next step is to make a flax egg. So I'm adding 4 tablespoons of ground golden flax, which tastes, I think, milder than brown flax, and it just looks nicer in baked things. And combining it with water. Now, I'm not going to give you the recipe here. Make sure you go over to Heavenly Fan's page. I will link her in the description so that you can get this recipe. But I will tell you what adjustments I make. While we wait for the flax egg to eggify, I'm going to mix the dry ingredients. So Fan says to sift all the ingredients together. I unfortunately only have this small sieve right now because the other one is in the sink. So I can only really sift one ingredient at a time, and this is the ground almond meal, which is taking forever to sift. I really wouldn't blame you if you tried to skip this step, but she says that you shouldn't skip this step, so I'm not going to skip this step. This took probably 10 minutes for me to actually sift all of the almond meal. I'm not exaggerating. It was nuts. Or is almonds actually a seed? I don't know. Tell me in the comments below. After that, we need some coconut flour. And then desiccated coconut. 2 teaspoons of baking powder and a little bit of baking soda, not to mention a bit of salt and a nice amount of ground cinnamon. And here I think I should have gotten a bigger bowl, but this is my biggest bowl, so maybe I should have done this in a pot. Ideally, you'll have plenty of room to really mix this together. Then back to the flax. So add your sweetener. I'm using erythritol. It's actually Lakanto Classic with erythritol sweetener with monk fruit. A little vanilla extract, a little lemon juice, and then I have to melt some coconut oil. This one is refined coconut oil, so it doesn't actually have a coconut flavor. And in it goes, again with this small bowl. This theme right now is using bowls that are too small for the ingredients. So I'm going to add that to the dry mixture. And I forgot the shredded carrots, one of the most important ingredients in carrot cake. There, it's all ready for my brand new springform pans. I bought these mini springform pans because I want to make vegan cheese with them, but they are also going to be perfect for this carrot cake. And you can see I'm just using the leftover coconut oil that was in the cup I used to melt it, and just to grease the sides. They are supposed to be non-stick, but I don't want to take chances, you know. And then I'm going to fill them each just up to an inch deep, thereabouts. Now I have plenty left over, so I'm going to make like little muffin bowl things. Perfect. And then after my oven has preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, I just put these on the middle rack. The muffin balls were ready after 14 minutes, and the mini cakes were ready after 20 minutes. Aren't they beautiful? And let me tell you, especially for the last 15 minutes of baking, they just smelled so good. So I really couldn't resist. That's why there is a muffin ball missing here. I really would love to dig in, but we have to let these cool absolutely completely down to room temperature. And in the meantime, I guess I'll have to show you the interior of these lovely carrot cake muffin balls. Look at that wonderful texture on the inside. I'm not sure if you can completely tell, but it's very light and fluffy, It's a little denser than your typical like springy birthday cake, but as far as carrot cake goes, I think it is so similar to the original thing that I don't think you can tell that this is a keto carrot cake. Now our vegan keto carrot cakes are cooled completely and it's time to make a bit of a topping. I am doing a very, very simple whipped cream topping. You've seen me use this before. This is Silk's heavy cream. It's like a dairy alternative cream made of mostly coconut milk. And it whips up super easy. I just do it in the stand mixer. I use a lower speed at first and then kind of crank it up from there. I'm adding a little bit of vanilla. I'm also adding a little dash of nutmeg and whipping it up until it's super thick. I'm just going to add a little bit of the sweetener. At first, I'm adding 1/4 cup. I just added a little spoon extra afterwards. So that's the perfect sweetness for me. But of course, if that's not you, you can always add more. You can always add less because when you make this carrot cake, it's your carrot cake and there are no rules. Except I must recommend to be generous and add some shredded coconut flakes on top and a little bit of walnuts. I actually just put a little bit because I didn't think that this cake needed walnuts. However, well, I'll tell you later. Just admire it now. And the inside? It's perfect. Before taking a bite, I actually already knew it was going to be delicious because, of course, I had 1 or 2 of those muffin balls earlier. But with the whipped cream and the extra coconut flakes on top and the crunchy walnuts on top, that really completes the experience. So I'm going to recommend when you make this, actually put way more walnuts on top. The textural difference is just so good. Guys, I can't describe to you sufficiently how good this cake was. And in fact, that is the catch. It's too good. So going forward, I'm going to be dividing the recipe ingredients so that I can make single serving, maybe just 1 or 2 servings. Otherwise, the leftovers are calling to me from the fridge. And then I am just eating too much carrot cake and not actually enough vegetables. I'm not saying that you have to do something like that. It's what I have to do for my health. And speaking of health, if you are interested, please make sure to check out that link for AG1. It may just change your life like it changed my life. And of course, you will get the 2 free items if you use my link. That would be the up to 1-year supply of vitamin D3 with K2 and the 5 free travel packs so you can keep up your healthy habit no matter where you go this season. Thank you again to AG1 for sponsoring this video, and I guess that is that for today. Oh yes, I did tell you that I would tell you what iconic age I am turning, and that is 38. Doesn't that sound like a great number? I don't know why, but 38 sounds so right to me. It's just a good number. It sounds good, it looks good. Tell me if I'm being ridiculous. Or don't. I don't know. Be nice. Wish me a happy birthday in the comments, eh? Until next time, bye for now.